Welcome back to Lorcana Academy. I'm Veggiewagonyee. Today, the Deans are going to be playing the 𝙱𝙲𝙺𝙺𝙼 starter decks against previous starter decks to see how they stack up in a 4-way free-for-all showdown. As always, thank you to our sponsor, Coolstuffinc.com. Make sure to use our code ACADEMY at checkout to get 5% off of your order of everything that you could possibly need to get started playing the game or to pick up all the cards that you need from the newest set. Well, that's it. Let's just see what happens.
Hi, I'm Zebex, your Dean of Performing Arts, and today I'm playing one of the new 𝙱𝙺𝙺𝙺 decks that's Sapphire and Emerald. I've got Experiment 626 with me and a bunch of fancy items.
I'm Airball, and I'm playing the Sapphire Steel deck from Shimmering Skies, and I can't compete with that.
I'm Veggiewagonyee. I'm gonna be playing the Ruby and Amethyst starter deck from Shimmering Skies, and I could try to compete with that, but I won't.
And I'm MTGNerdGirl, and I am playing one of the new 𝙱𝙺𝙺𝙺 decks as well. I am playing the Amber Ruby deck, and it's all about pirates. So let's roll to see who goes first. 19.
13, 12.
11.
Ew.
Pirates always go first. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and ink a Kakamora. He'll go into the inkwell, and I'm going to start with a location, the 100-acre island. During an opponent's turn, whenever a character is banished while here at this location, I gain a lore. I'll pass.
I will draw, and I'm going to put Fred into my inkwell and play Yokai Professor Callahan, a 2/2 who can quest for 1 lore. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna turn this Hypnotic Deduction into ink. I'll play out Rudy, 2/2 quest for 1, and pass.
I will ink this Retrosphere and play Taffeta Mutton Fudge, 1/2 quest for 1, and when I play this character, if I have a location in play, each opponent loses 1 lore. But I don't, so I'll pass.
I'm going to ink I Won't Give In, which is my preview card. And I am going to play Fix-It Felix Jr., a 1/3 that quests for 1, but it says if I play this character and I have a location, I get to draw a card, which I do. And then I'll pass the turn.
Fixing your hand, I see.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna ink Merryweather Good Fairy, and for 2, I'm gonna bring Aunt Cass to play. She's my biggest fan, and she has Happy to Help whenever this character quests. Chosen Inventor character gains +1 lore this turn. Yokai is an inventor, but she can't quest right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and quest with Yokai to be the first one to get points on the board.
Ink Bonsai, and then we'll pay 2 for Sleepy. He's a bodyguard, and he will come in exerted so that Rudy can safely quest for 1 and pass to Veggie.
I will ink this Earth Giant, and then I'm gonna pay 2 ink for Hypnotic Strength. Draw a card, chosen character gains Challenger +2 this turn. So I'll have Taffeta get Challenger +2, and I will draw a card. I will have Taffeta challenge Sleepy for free for 3 damage.
Nice.
He'll take 3.
And I'll pass.
I am going to ink a Michael Darling. I'm going to pay 2 for Winnie the Pooh Honey Pirate. He's a 2/2 that quests for 1 and has support, and whenever he quests, I get to pay 1 less for my next pirate. And then I'm gonna pay 1 to move Fix-It Felix Jr. over to the island, and he will quest for 1. And then I'll pass the turn.
I'm going to put Gadget Hack Wrench into my inkwell. And I have a lot of big fans, so I have another copy of Aunt Cass that I'm gonna play. I hope you're one of my fans too. I'm also going to play Merryweather Good Fairy, and I'm going to quest with Aunt Cass for 1, giving my inventor Yokai an extra lore, and I'm going to quest for 2, up to 4. Pass turn. Everything's fine.
Don't know about that. I'm gonna turn Zazu into ink, and I'll play Shenzi. It's a 2/3 evasive. While challenging a damaged character, the character gets +2 power.
I'm more of a millennial myself.
I don't get it.
Because Shenzi is like Gen Z.
Oh, I see.
I'm gonna quest for 2, and I'll pass.
I will ink the library. And then I'll pay 3 for Donald Duck, Daisy's date. We're gonna try and even things out a little bit. Whenever this character challenges another character, each opponent loses 1 lore.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad.
It's not great.
That's mostly the same as if it just chose to quest though, right?
Shh.
Okay.
Should I poke the sleeping bear to make it go away and then have my taffeta get blown up? Nah, pass.
I'm going to ink a Moana. I'm gonna pay 1 to move Winnie the Pooh over to the island. I am going to just quest for 2 with Fix It and Winnie the Pooh. My next pirate will cost 1 less to cast, and that is going to be John Silver. He's a 2/4 that quests for 2, and says whenever this character quests, I may deal 1 damage to another chosen character of mine. If I do, I can ready that character. They can't quest this turn. And that'll do it. I'll pass the turn.
I'm in need of a stoic butler, so Heathcliff is going to go into my inkwell. And I still need a butler, so I shall play Heathcliff, Stoic Butler. He is a 3/3 that can quest for 2 and has ward, so he can't be chosen except for challenges. All right, it's time for Aunt Cass to do her thing. I'm gonna quest with Aunt Cass, giving yokai +1 lore, and quest with Aunt Cass to give yokai +1 lore. So now with a total of 3 lore, yokai is gonna go and take me up to 9 lore total. Heck, let's turn Merryweather sideways too and go up to 10. Pass turn.
All right, we'll start by having Rudy challenge one of your Aunt Casses.
All right, she has 2 damage marked on her.
Rudy has 1. I'll turn another bonsai into ink. I'll go ahead and pay 2 for an Arthur, which is a 2/2 that quests for 2. And then I'll pay 2 more for a Robin Hood, which says when I play this character, if an opponent has a damaged character in play, gain a lore. And now you do. So I'll go up to 4. And then I'll quest with the rest of the team up to 6. And pass to Veggie.
I will ink taffeta mutton fudge. I'll pay 4 for Bruni.
He's so cute.
2/2, quest for 2, and evasive, and I get a parting gift. When this character is banished, I draw a card. I'll have Taffeta finish off Aunt Cass, and I'll have Donald challenge Merryweather. So 1 damage, and each of you loses a lore. That's it, pass.
I am going to pay 3 for Jasmine. She's a 2/3 that quests for 2, and it says when it quests, each opponent loses a lore.
Another one of those.
Yeah.
Ruby's got that.
I planned for this.
Pay 1 to move John Silver over to the island. Veggie killed the thing I was planning on killing. I will have Fix-It Felix Jr. Finish off Sleepy.
All right, he's awake.
And then I will go ahead and quest for 3. And I'm going to ink a Ratigan's Party. And I'll go ahead and just use my last ink to also move Jasmine over to the island. We're having a party over here.
Good thing it's 100 acres. You need a lot of room to fit everybody.
Yeah, and then I will pass the turn.
Finally, Experiment 626 is here. Stitch, little trickster. It's a 1/3 that quests for 1, and I can pay an ink, and this character gets +1 strength this turn. And it's not limited, so I can pay into it as much as I want.
That's a pretty cool card.
And with my other 2, I will play this item. Aliens and robots coming together. I've got Megabot. It has Happy Face, which means it enters play exerted, and it has Destroy. I can tap it and banish this item to either banish chosen item or banish chosen damaged character.
Ooh.
Yeah, so watch out. I'm then going to keep using Aunt Cass to get some lore by questing. I'll give an inventor +1 lore, and yokai will quest for 2. And that's where I'm gonna stay for now. Pass turn.
I'm gonna pay 4 for Scar Vengeful Lion. It's a 4/2 ward quest for 1, and whenever one of my characters challenges a damaged character, I draw a card.
Be prepared. Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, I think this is bad for me.
This is bad for you, yes. I'll have Robin Hood challenge Taffeta Mutton Fudge. When that happens, I'll draw a card from Scar. I'll have 𝚱𝙴𝙲𝙺𝙺𝙼𝙼 challenge the remaining Aunt Cass. And then I'll have Rudy trade with Aunt Cass to finish it off.
Oh, boo.
And I'll draw a card.
No milk and cookies for you.
Yeah.
That's what ants serve. Yeah.
I'm gonna turn When Will My Life Begin into ink. I'll quest for 2 with Arthur, and then pass the turn.
I'm gonna ink King of Hearts. I will pay 3 for, I don't know, Eager Acolyte. When you play this character, each opponent chooses and exerts one of their ready characters. The best card on Airball's board is now available for hits.
Great.
I would just like for someone else to hit it, please. It's probably not the best idea to make a deal with you, but if I don't run all my stuff into your stuff, then will you make sure that this is gone by the time that Airball takes his turn?
As the wearer of a Simba and Nala shirt, I will take care of Scar as long as you don't come after my stuff this time.
Then I will have Donald Duck challenge Arthur.
Sure.
Take 2 more damage, and each of you loses a lore. I have to not gain lore. I need to push, continue to knock your stuff down. I'm just gonna have Bruni deal 2 to 100 Acre Island, so hopefully that does not turn into 4 points of lore at some point, and I will pass.
I am gonna go ahead and quest with Jasmine. So everybody will lose a lore and I will gain 2 lore.
See, I'm no longer 2 turns from winning.
That's true, I didn't account for that.
I am also going to quest with John Silver to gain 2 lore, and when he does, I can deal a damage to ready a character. I'm gonna ready Jasmine, so she will untap, she cannot quest again. And then I'm gonna pay 1 for Rabbit, a 1/2 that quests for 1, and when I play this character, I can remove 1 damage from a chosen character. That'll be Jasmine. I am gonna go ahead and quest with Winnie the Pooh, which will reduce the cost of my next pirate by 1. And I'm gonna go ahead and play the Kakamora. It is indeed a pirate, and it has a rush. It's a 5/2 that quests for 1. I'm gonna pay 1 to move him over to the island. So we're having a big island party.
Rabbit not invited.
Rabbit is not invited. He can come later. I will meet Zbex in the middle. I will have Fix-It Felix Jr. challenge Donald Duck. I will get 2 points of damage. However, I will also have the Kakamora challenge Stitch, because it's the only thing on the board I can challenge that won't kill the Kakamora.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Hi.
All right.
So I will get 1 damage onto the Kakamora.
That's how I was gonna take care of Scar, but all right.
So I think things have changed. I don't think you need to keep that deal with Veggie anymore.
And then I will pass the turn.
If I take care of Nerd Girl's 100 Acre Island, will other people send some characters her way? Because I am no longer the problem here. I'm going to not quest with anything and only be ticking at most 3 a turn. Not come at me?
Absolutely, because I want to send my stuff at Nerd Girl, and I don't want to do it while that location's in play.
Are you still gonna kill Scar though?
I'm still gonna kill Scar. I'm not breaking any deals. I'm just making new ones.
Sounds reasonable.
Okay, so on that, Mr. Yokai is going on a mission against Scar.
Yeah, I can't believe that ends in a draw.
Hey, he's got inventions on his side.
He steals them.
Really smart.
Yeah.
I'm going to put Hey into my inkwell. And for 5, I'm gonna play Goofy, Expert Shipwright, a 1/4 who can quest for 3. He has Ward and a clever design. Whenever this character quests, chosen character gains Ward until the start of your next turn. I already have a character with Ward. Mr. Heathcliff is going to do in the 100 Acre Island. He says, "We've got a mess, we shall clean it up."
That is what he said.
All right, the 100 Acre Island will go into the graveyard. And there's no more party on the island, so that's sad.
Land ho! Crash your ships in, there's no longer an island in the way. Pass turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and pay 3 for Simba Lost Prince. It's a 2/4 quest for 1. It says, during my turn, when this character banishes another character in a challenge, I can draw a card. I'll go ahead and trade Robin Hood with Fix-It Felix.
Felix, into the bin.
I'll go ahead and quest with Shenzi, and I'll turn still another bonsai into ink, and pass the turn.
As much as I'd like to make you all lose more ink, I'm going to ink this Minnie Mouse. I'm gonna pay 4 for another Bruni, and then I'll have Anna challenge Kakamora, I guess.
Okay.
They will both be banished, and should I get on the board?
Dream big, Veggie.
Dream big.
I don't know.
We're at that weird point in the game where you deal with one person and then every other person is happy you did it and will win.
We're on the board. I'll quest for 2 and pass.
Woohoo! Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and quest with Jasmine for 2, and everybody else will lose 1.
I just made those.
And then I will quest for 4 more with the rest of the team to go up to 15, and I will use John Silver's ability to untap Jasmine and put a point of damage on her. I am going to pay 3 ink to cast a Ratigan, a 1/3 that quests for 1, and he has, while this character is damaged, he has an additional 2 strength. Unfortunately, I think that is going to do it. I will pass the turn to Zbex.
Okay, here we go.
You gotta make all that go away.
Yep.
Last time you did some rabbit tricks and removed damage, but now I can tap and banish this item to banish chosen damaged character. Jasmine, you're out of here.
All right.
Okay, I can stall the problem a little bit more for us. For 2 ink, I'm gonna play Heffalumps and Woozles. It's a song. Chosen opposing character can't quest during their next turn.
Oh.
Draw a card. So I'm gonna choose John Silver, since that's the thing that's helping you ready all of your characters. And I will draw a card to replace it.
If you swing at something with Goofy, I'll give you an orbit off. I will not attack Goofy.
I support that. Goofy is fine if he's challenging something. Like,
If he's challenging something.
yeah, if he quests, then he's a problem.
I will help with the Nerd Girl problem, and I'm gonna send Heathcliff into the rabbit because I want to take less damage.
All right.
And I'm worried that if I let you keep a character around, it's gonna come after, say, my Goofy in a turn or 2. That's all I got. Goofy is staying ready.
Suppose we start here. We'll have Simba challenge Winnie the Pooh.
All right. Winnie the Pooh into the bin.
And when Simba banishes Winnie the Pooh, we'll get to draw a card. Then I'll ink this Robin Hood and pay 7
Oi.
for Kronk, Head of Security. It's a 6/6 quest for 1. During my turn, when this character banishes another character in a challenge, I can play a character with cost 5 or less for free.
Wow.
Okay, cool.
Which is pretty good considering you have a lot of cards.
I have 2 cards left. And I think Shenzi will just quest for 1. We'll pass to Veggie.
Veggie, it's gonna be the same. Bruni dies either way. If you run Bruni into that, I'll run this into that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I have 6 less lore than she does.
I think I can work with that because that plays a little bit into one of the cards in my hand. I'm gonna play the library. It's a location. I can spend 1 to move things there. It has 8 willpower. I gain 1 lore at the beginning of my turn, and whenever a character is banished while here, I can draw a card. So if I move this Bruni here, so I'm gonna have this Bruni challenge Simba?
No.
Yes,
Challenge
yes.
Heathcliff. Yeah. I'm gonna have Bruni challenge Heathcliff.
All right.
So when Bruni is banished, I draw a card, and whenever a character is banished while at the library, I draw a card.
So I don't understand. Your location gives you lore and gives you cards, and mine suck.
Yeah.
My location sucks.
Hey, in exchange, this costs 1 single more ink, I think.
Having fun isn't hard when you've got the library card.
Yeah, the library is way better.
I will also ink this Mickey Mouse and pay 3 for Wreck-It Ralph, Demolition Dude. 1/4, quest for 1, but whenever I ready this character, I gain 1 lore for each 1 damage on him. And then I'll just have Bruni quest, I guess. Pass.
Bruni's a really cool card. Well, as promised, John Silver cannot quest, but he can challenge, and he is going to come in for Simba.
Simba.
And take 2 points of damage onto John Silver. I am going to pay 3 for Mickey Mouse, a 2/4 that quests for 1, and while this character is at a location, he gets an additional 2 strength. I will go ahead and quest with Ratigan. And I'm going to pay 2 for the final card in my hand, an 𝚉𝙴𝙲𝙺𝙰𝙼. I can tap it to remove 1 damage from each of my characters.
Each?
And I will tap it to remove 1 from John Silver.
Wow.
And that is it. I will pass the turn.
Good thing you have something big enough that can deal with stuff that big, because Goofy with 1 strength ain't doing anything. So I'm going to, for 5, play Ludwig von Drake, self-proclaimed genius.
Why do all of your cards quest for 1 million?
Because it's the art of performing stage presence. So Ludwig von Drake is a 4/4 who can quest for 3. I'm still not going to be in threat of winning even if I quest with Goofy. So therefore I will go up to 12 and still be at least 2 turns away from doing anything. And when he quests, I'm going to give another character ward until the start of my next turn. So Ludwig von Drake. No touchy.
Okay. All right, I'll have Kronk kill off Long John Silver.
All right, he's banished.
And when that happens during my turn, I can play a character with cost 5 or less from my hand for free. And that'll be Robin Hood, 3/5. It gets +1 lore questing ability for each opposing damaged character in play.
What? For each?
Yeah. Currently 0.
Oh, okay, but still, that has potential to be really huge.
And I'll have Shenzi challenge Ratigan.
All right, Ratigan will take 2 points of damage.
And Shenzi will take 1. And then I'll pay 5 more for Zazu, a 3/5 evasive quest for 2. And that's the turn. Pass to Veggie.
Beginning my turn, I'll gain 1 lore from the library. You know what? It's all later problems. I'm gonna pay 5, and I'm gonna draw 3 cards. Finders Keepers.
I'm so jealous of the card draw that they have.
What a rate.
I will ink this Maleficent. I'm gonna pay 3 for another Donald Duck to hopefully hold you all off for a little bit longer.
That's good.
And then I will just quest with Bruni, I suppose, for 2. And I'll leave Wreck-It Ralph back, which feels bad. Pass.
I'm gonna regret playing this amber item.
Pirates don't find their treasure on land, they find it out at sea.
All right, I don't have anything. I will use the amber item to remove a damage from Ratigan, and then I'll pass.
All right, I got some more robot tricks. I'm gonna put Ben into my inkwell. That's it, that was the trick.
Ooh.
I know, right? For my second trick, I will play Gadget Hack Wrench. She is my cold foil from the intro deck. She's a 3/6 who can quest for 3 lore, and if I have 3 or more items in play, I can pay 1 less for inventor characters. But most importantly, she gives me a lot of lore. So then I'll make Goofy quest for 3 lore, and when he quests, I'll give Gadget Hack Wrench ward, so she can't be targeted except for challenges. And Ludwig von Drake is also going to quest for 3 up to 18.
All right, so we need to find a way to make Zbex lose 1 additional lore on top of Donald Duck.
Airball, if you can get as much done on Zbex board as possible, then I have something that will allow us to stop Zbex from winning at least.
Okay. All right, let's start here. We'll pay 3 for Night Howler Rage. Draw a card. Chosen character gains Reckless during their next turn. And I'll make Ludwig von Drake Reckless. So it can't quest and has to challenge if it's allowed to. I'll have Kronk fight Goofy for 5 or for 6.
All right, Goofy's down.
And he'll go up to 3 total damage. So we'll get a free character off of Kronk. That's going to be 𝚱𝙴𝙳𝙺. It's a 4/5 bodyguard that quests for 2. And I will make it Exerted. Then we'll pay my last 4 ink for Ed, Hysterical Partygoer. It's a 2/4 quest for 3, and it can't be challenged by damaged characters. And that's all I can do about the Zbex problem. I'll go ahead and quest with the team for a total of 5.
Yikes.
We'll go up to 11. And your go, Veggie.
Beginning my turn, I will gain 1 from the library. I'm gonna pay 7 for Anna Mystical Majesty. When you play this character, exert all opposing characters.
Ah.
So now, all of your stuff can be challenged, but it's gonna take a whole lot to do it. I'm gonna pay 1, and I'll start by moving Bruni to the library. I will challenge Gadget Hack Wrench for 2 and draw 2 cards because of Bruni and the library.
Okay. She's got 2 damage. You might win for once.
Don't count your hey-hays before they hatch.
All right, and then I will have Donald Duck challenge Gadget as well for another 2 damage to her and 3 on him, but everybody will lose a lore. And then I think I have to do this just to get as much done as possible. I'll have Wreck-It Ralph challenge 𝚱𝙴𝙽𝙺, just a point of damage onto your bodyguard.
Okay.
I will pass.
I top decked a pirate,
Yeah.
so that is something at least. But 2 people have lethal on board, so we're gonna start by playing Skull Rock. It's a location with 6 willpower, and my characters that are there get an additional strength. And if I start my turn with a pirate that is at the location, I get to gain 1 lore. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pay 1 to move Mickey Mouse to Skull Rock. I think Mickey Mouse has to challenge 𝚱𝙺𝙺𝙺, and he'll get +2/+0 and an additional +1 because of the location. So we'll challenge for 5.
Okay, so they will trade.
Unfortunately, yes. And I don't need to move Ratigan, so I'm going to just challenge Gadget for an additional 3 damage.
That's enough.
I will go to 4 with the extra 3 damage. I am going to play John Darling. He is a pirate, but I don't have the mana to move him, unfortunately, and I'll go ahead and take a point of damage off of Ratigan, put him back to 3, and then I will pass the turn.
Well, you may get rid of Gadget, but you can't get rid of her completely, because here's the little Gadget Hack Wrench, Perceptive Mouse. She's a 2/3 that can quest for 1, so there. And Ludwig can't quest, so yeah, so Ludwig is going to challenge Ed.
Okay, Ed will put 2 points of damage on Ludwig.
Go ahead.
All right, well, we'll have Robin Hood go ahead and quest for 4.
Ugh.
Yeah, 3 damage characters.
Whoa.
Zazu will quest for 2. Shenzi trade with Ludwig.
All right.
I'll have Kronk challenge Donald Duck. And with that, I will get to play a card from my hand for free. Little John.
Oh yeah.
Camp Cook. He's an 0/4 that quests for 1. That's it. I'll pass.
Hey, he quests. I will gain 1 from the library. Start with Snowana Rainbow, 2/4 with Rush that quests for 1. I think I'm just gonna move her to the library and then have her challenge Kronk. So
Bad
they will
idea for
trade.
her, but sure.
Yeah, I will draw from the library.
I'm jealous of the library.
I've pretty much given up on ever running Veggie out of resources at this point. It's just, can we end the game before it matters?
Right. I'll use Anna to challenge Robin Hood. Just put 4 damage on there.
Sure.
Make it easy for somebody to take that out. I will ink Earth Giant. I think I'm just gonna pay 4 for Rancis Fluggerbutter, 4/4 the quest for 1. And then I'll pay 1 to move Anna to the library just in case I'm the threat somehow. Pass the turn.
So sad. All right, I will pay 2 to move both of my creatures to Skull Rock. I will have John Darling challenge Robin Hood for 1 point of damage.
All right.
I'll get 3 points onto him. And then I will have Ratigan challenge the library for 3/4 damage. And then I'll use the Amber to remove a counter point of damage onto from both my creatures and pass.
Was that the love sound or was it?
Yeah, that was the sound of love. Love for my favorite friend, Fred. He's a 1/1 for 1 who quests for 1.
Which we can't challenge.
You technically can challenge it. Whenever this character is challenged, gain 2 lore. We shall see. For now, Gadget is going to quest for 1, putting me up to 18. I wish I could make Fred ready like a bodyguard so you could be so tempted to challenge him, but pass turn.
Well, we'll start by playing Hypnotic Deduction. Draw 3 and then put 2 cards on the top of my deck in any order. And then we'll go ahead and pay 5 for Shenzi Head Hyena. It gets +1 strength for every other hyena character I have, currently 0. And whenever one of my hyenas challenges a damaged character, I gain 2 lore.
Good thing we got rid of those hyenas already.
Yep. I'm sure that what you were playing around Shenzi when you...
Doesn't he count himself?
Yes.
I think we just quest with the team. Here's 3 up to 19, and I'll pass to Veggie.
I will gain 1 from the library. Almost made double digits.
So proud of you.
Okay, so does anybody have an answer to Evasive Zazu?
Nope.
Nope.
No. Okay, cool. I'm gonna kill your stuff so I can draw cards. I'm gonna start by having Anna challenge Gadget, and I will draw a card off the library, and that surely will be the answer. Cool. I'm gonna pay 1. I'm gonna move Rancis to the library. I'm gonna use him to challenge Radigan, which I believe is a 4 power right now. Or
Correct.
4 strength. I will draw a card. A little late. I'll pay 3 for Archimedes, a 2/2 evasive, which maybe I could have done something with. And a little late, I'm gonna pay 3 for Minnie Mouse. Whenever this character or one of your other characters named Mickey Mouse challenges another character, I gain a lore. And sure, I'll play more stuff before I lose. I'll play this Maleficent, a 2/2 quest for 2. And that's my turn.
I do have a pirate at Skull Rock. I'll get a lore. I am going to ink Rescue Rangers away. I have to try to help Zbex. It won't work, but John Darling is going to come in to the only thing I can, which is Little John for 2 damage.
Yeah.
And then I will remove a point of damage from John Darling, and I will pass the turn.
Okay. Oh, it's so ironic. Guess who showed up?
Alanis Morissette.
Pleaky, scientific expert. He doesn't do anything relevant. He's a 3/4.
So he'd love me. Yeah, it's like, okay.
When you play this character, put chosen characters of yours into your inkwell, face down and exerted. So I could have quested for 1 with Fred first just to be cool, but I don't even care. Because he's going into my inkwell, face down and exerted. And then I pass.
All right, Little John, bring it home.
Okay.
Yeah!
I didn't want to do it. I was fighting it.
These 4-player games always come down to the wire, and it's good to see how the decks stack up against each other. If you want to pick up any of them, make sure to head to our sponsor, Coolstuffinc.com, and use our code ACADEMY at checkout for 5% off of that order. And of course, make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe so that you don't miss any new Lorcana Academy content. We will see you next time, but get back to class.